Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is a sunny Thursday afternoon here in Georgia. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, and you know what time it is. It's 5 o'clock here on the East Coast. It is Keeping Up with Congress. If you are following me right here on YouTube, please hit that hit the subscribe, hit that notification button, and share, share. Please, y'all, share this broadcast out. I come to you, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 5 p.m. to, hey, Brother Mike, from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I told you we will not get reparations, y'all. We won't get reparations without negotiation. So let's be mindful that we got to stay in this fight, y'all. I know it's the summer months. It is August. People are tired of being tired. This damn COVID. We're all over it. We're over it. We're over it. People tired of being stuck in the house. People tired of being told what to do. People tired of being tired, y'all. I know. I'm tired of it too. But I'm gonna tell you something. That if we don't get it right here, right now, and we're not intentional about the work that we're doing right here, right now, winter is coming. And we don't need to be in the cold. We don't need to be in the dark. Black people need all that we're old, right? All that we're old. I see you, Brother Mike. You're funny today. So let's dive in. I took a deep dive, y'all. I went down a rabbit hole today with reparations. Everything I touched, I just kept reading and kept reading. So I'm gonna bring to you a lot more reparations information than I normally do on Keeping Up with Congress, but I just couldn't stop reading. I just what's this? What's this? What's this? And I figured, hell, if I'm interested, I know y'all interested too. So I just kept reading, y'all. So I'm gonna make my screen larger so you can see, and let's dive in. Come on now, computer. Don't. There it is. Let's dive in, y'all. So let's see what this first article. If my internet, okay, you better not today. It says, this is the Cincinnati Business Courier. It says, why a major Cincinnati business leader believes America should consider reparations. Well, he looked like us, so he hopeful he would he gets it, but he gets it, y'all, on a pretty deep level. So his name is Melvin Gravely. I actually tried to look him up beyond this article. Wink, wink. So if anybody knows this man, let's be mindful that we need all the support we can get. So this is Cincinnati civic leader and CEO Mel Gravely. He started a Dear White Friend. It's a book that he wrote, Dear White Friend. It's about race in America. And he's in the book, he says he thought about taking out a portion about reparations, the idea of compensating the ancestors of slaves because of the visceral reaction it sparked. So he didn't, y'all. He says he kept it in the book, but it goes on to say the Business Courier interviewed Gravely about his book, which is a series of letters written by Gravely to his white friends. In a raw, unfettered voice, he discusses systemic racism in America, his own experiences within the community, and the idea he has to start to reckon with it. Goes on to say Gravely recounts the idea of reparation goes back to the Civil War. Like most of us who are in this movement, we know the history, but I like to share it for those who are new to the discussion. So he says Gravely recounts the idea of reparation goes back to the Civil War. Black ministers led by Garrison Frazier met with General William T. Sherman and Secretary of War Edwin Stanton in 1865. Y'all, this was in Savannah, where I'm from. So I don't believe in irony. I believe in energy. And this is energy, y'all, that I am moving in these spaces, and we're in this place in this moment in time. So it says the Secretary of War Edwin Stanton in 1865 and proposed blacks be given land in order to be able to take care of themselves after the war. Subsequently, Sherman ordered a massive redistribution of confiscated Confederate land from South Carolina to Florida. Sherman later issued an order approved by President Lincoln, setting aside land and giving families 40 acres, the amount needed for a decent family farm. After Lincoln's assassination, it says President Andrew Johnson revoked the order. Gravely, this is the author of the book, y'all, Melvin Gravely. He rejects questions about the viability of reparations today, determining who should get it or its potential massive expense. He says, I'm not going to stop my conversation because you don't know how. We can figure out how. We did a PPP loan in 6 weeks, Gravely said. It won't be perfect, but neither was PPP, right? All right, brother. He getting with him. He says, there are scholars who studied the snot out of this. People get in a room, give them their mandate, give them their budget, come back with some solutions. That's all I'm suggesting. Oh, he ain't mad with it. He with it, y'all. He with it. He with it. It says the book includes a chart measuring the progress toward the American dream for blacks compared to whites. It says home ownerships, blacks at 43%, while whites have 73%. Higher education, blacks 21%, whites 35%. Median personal wealth, blacks at 24,100, while whites at 188,200. Article goes on to say, Grave knows the arguments against reparations. He says, the other argument is black people will waste the money. He said, I didn't tell you how to spend yours. Don't tell me how to spend mine. He was clapping back on this reporter. He says, now I do believe some black people will waste money, but so will white people. Anybody who gets a windfall. So he wasn't playing, y'all. He was clapping back. As to whether there will be progress in our lifetimes, Gravely said, we're probably 20 years away, a generation away from seeing any close in the wealth gap or not. That part, I don't believe, family. I don't believe. I think we're on the cusp. Honestly, I feel like it's just it's too much. It's too much pressure. It's too much heat. It's too much energy around all of this. Too much. So I don't believe we're that far away, honestly. Goes on to say, Gravely believes the racial wealth gap will continue to widen because of the passive nature by which net worth increases after you reach a certain threshold. He says, those in front keep running. That's what Gravely says. Maybe you exclude people like me. There's all kinds of ways to get at this thing. Someone said to me, well, what do you think? What do you think welfare is? He said, well, I think welfare is majority white people first. I like him, y'all. He kept clapping back on this reporter. He said, welfare is majority white people first. So yeah, there it is. There it is, family. Gravely, this author of this book, Dear White Friend, he got something for him. The article goes on to say, Gravely also proposes policy equity centers in cities that would objectively measure the impact of public policy decisions, such as building a new highway or a new stadium in a black neighborhood, or racial equity. He said he hopes ideas like that can be taken by the private sector, government, and other institutions and used to develop their own approaches. So this was Gravely, y'all. I like this dude. I don't know who he is, but I did try to find him beyond social media. So anybody in the Cincinnati, Ohio area who knows this dude, I think we should reach out. He good with the clapbacks. he ain't taking no shorts, y'all, about where we are as a people. So Melvin Gravely, y'all. So our girl, Miss Rachelle Zola, y'all. So if you're not following Rachelle Zola here on the Clubhouse app, I see you, brother, in Clubhouse. If you're not following Rachelle Zola, please do on social media, y'all. This is the white woman that went on a hunger strike for 40 days for HR 40. Now, I know we're all in this together, but I'm going to tell you, y'all, I am going to eat. I'm little, yes, but I'm going to eat. I'm not going to go hungry. I'm going to eat, y'all. I don't think I'm going to be worth nothing if I don't eat. But this woman for 40 days, white woman out of Chicago, for 40 days drank Pedialyte water and bone broth for nutrition. So yeah, she the truth, y'all. But guess what? Here it is. Here's an article written about her. It says a woman who completed a a hunger strike to help mobilize attention on reparations now has set her sights on the American South. So guess what, y'all? She is coming to Georgia. I'm psyched. I'm psyched because she'll be here, y'all. She is on her way. Rachelle Zola, 72, started her hunger strike on May 16th to raise awareness about the support for H.R. 40. It's a federal bill that's been languishing in Congress for decades. The bill, if it became law, would establish a commission to study reparations for Blacks. Yeah, I never liked that word, Blacks. Blacks. Yeah, I don't mind Black, singular, but I think I have a problem with Blacks. I don't like it. Nevertheless, Zola's strike lasted 40 days. She says, my liquid diet was water, about 40 to 50 ounces a day, a liter worth of Pedialyte, and bone broth. Ugh. She says, I lost 23 pounds in 40 days, which was a lot less than I was expecting to lose. She lost 23 pounds, y'all. If I lose 23 pounds, y'all gonna think I ain't gonna make it. I'm tiny, y'all. I'm gonna tell you. If you haven't seen me in person, I'm tiny. So if I lose 23 pounds, y'all might think I ain't gonna make it. I can't lose 23 pounds. It says, she goes on to say, I have this slogan, our mission is the commission. She says, I want the commission established because I want one history and it needs to be told in its totality. That's my main focus as a white person. I want to give a national platform to African Americans so they can share their full story. It says, as far as reparations go, whatever they tell us, I'll support. She said, African Americans know what they need. I don't. So I appreciate the fact that she's not trying to, she's really staying in her lane. And I have so much, one of the reasons why I have so much respect for her. She's not trying to navigate the whole message. She knows that she wants to reach white America and she wants them to tap into that part of them that they can hear and feel this. And that's her work. Most of us who do this reparations work, I found my place navigating white America, not from that space. So I'm glad that Rachelle is able to do it, because I don't know, we as Black people, we can't get them to feel it and understand it, but that's her work. So praise God that she's doing it. Goes on to say, Zola said she has now set her sights on traveling to Georgia. Y'all, again, I'm super excited. Georgia and Alabama this month in order to learn about the experiences of white evangelicals. So she will be here. So you will see me stomping with her starting next week, y'all. I can't wait for her to get here. She'll be here in Georgia, and I think it will take somebody like her to open some doors here, and that'll help us on this campaign trail to the United States Senate. So this is exciting stuff. So this is Rachelle Zola. Rachelle Zola. So like I said, I just kept traveling down the rabbit hole of reparations today. I couldn't stop. So I'm just going to keep bringing you a few more. I got a couple more articles to share before I dive into the legislation. So this is Black Wall Street. This is Black Wall Street over in Tulsa, y'all. And this is an absolutely beautiful building. I mean, this is beautiful, right? This is Tulsa. It says newly opened Black Wall Street History Center in Greenwood reminds the world of the case for reparations. I don't know if this is reminding us, but it looks a bit modern, and I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys tell me what you think. It says more people are learning about the triumphs and tragedy of Tulsa's Greenwood district after the Greenwood Rising Black Wall Street History Center held its grand opening on Wednesday, August the 4th. Drawing visitors from across the nation, the new History Center captures the entrepreneurial spirit of Black Wall Street's founders, pre-statehood, with rooms dedicated to those pioneering Black businesses, such as Latimer's Barbecue, William Dreamland Theater, and Stratford Hotel. So they're paying tribute to these businesses that were once thriving parts of Black Wall Street. I get it, but okay, y'all see what this looks like, right? Like, okay. My thing is, where's the money going? That's when I saw the building, I'm like, who's profiting off of this? So nevertheless, That's my thoughts. So winding walkways take visitors on a tour of the roots of Greenwood as markers tell the story of Oklahoma's Black Wall Street, juxtaposed next to the gleaming success of Greenwood's founders. The story of the massacre doesn't shy away from the most heinous details from May 31st, 1921 to August 1st, 1921, when a mob of jealous white men enraged over the failed attempt to lynch 19-year-old Dick Rowland burned, bombed, and ransacked 35 square blocks of the booming Black community. As many as 300 Black Tulsans were killed, according to the Tulsa Historical Society, and those who remained were held in buildings in the city, unable to leave for months unless a white person checked them out and took responsibility for their actions. Wow. That part I didn't know. That's why I wanted to read some of this to you. I didn't know that these people were held and they didn't let them leave until somebody white came and took them out. Oh gosh. The plot thickens, right? So this is this beautiful facility. Let me go back up. Beautiful state-of-the-art facility. It looks like millions of dollars to me, right? I just want to know, where's the money going? It said, amidst a flurry of events recognizing the centennial anniversary of the massacre, Tulsa City County officials apologized for its role in the crime and made plans for studying the 2001 report in a non-binding resolution passed in June. It says more than 20 years after the report was first published, however, none of the proposals for reparations have been acted on by the city, county, or state of Oklahoma. Y'all, my computer doing something crazy, so forgive me. Let me see if I can. What in the world? Right in the middle of my broadcast. Not the day. Okay. It says, meanwhile, Tulsa civil rights attorney Demario Solomon Simmons and the Justice for Greenwood team have reignited the fight for reparations when they filed a lawsuit against government entities on behalf of the 3 last known living survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre, which is Viola, the mother, Fletcher, she's 107, Leslie Benningfield Randall, 106, and Uncle Hughes Van Ellis, who's 100. This is the attorney is currently working with Georgia Congressman Hank Johnson on a bill that would make it easier for the massacre lawsuit to succeed by providing a federal cause of action for massacre-related claims. But here's where I highlighted red, y'all. The New Black Wall Street History Center, Greenwood Rising, hopes to help spread awareness of the struggle for repair and restitution, according to the facility's interim director, Phil Armstrong. This History Center, the Greenwood Rising, I just want to know who they are. Who are they, y'all? It says Greenwood Rising hosted a dedication ceremony on June 2nd, 2021, and hosted tours during a limited preview opening, which lasted for a few weeks. 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre descendants were the first to visit the History Center, and after the dedication, says over the weeks that followed, North Tulsa residents, massacre descendants, and community groups were prioritized before the History Center closed to finalize construction. So they got a chance to see it. I appreciate these elders having the opportunity to tour this facility and see this, but I want to know where the money. Where's the money? Who is this? It says when descendants thanked Armstrong for the new facility through tears of pain and joy that their lives and the lives of their loved ones were finally being recognized, Armstrong said he knew they had done it right. So this is the interim director, Armstrong. That's his last name. So he felt accomplished that they had done something right. I don't know about this. I'm curious. It says, meanwhile, some community members and descendants have called for the money. Okay, see, I'm not the only one. Meanwhile, some community members and descendants had called for the money used to construct the History Center to go directly to the 3 last known living survivors and descendants of other victims of the Tulsa Race Massacre as a form of reparations. So this doesn't even sound like they wanted this this center. They said that the money used to construct the History Center, they wanted to go directly to the 3 last known living survivors, and the descendants of other victims of the Tulsa Race Massacre as a form of reparations. Now, that would have been a pretty damn good idea, don't y'all think? That, like, what y'all took this millions of dollars to build some history cultural center. Get these people the money that you stole by destroying their communities. That's what this money. I'm with I'm with these people. It says the Centennial Commission, a state-sanctioned body created in 2016 to plan projects and events around the 100th anniversary of the massacre, faced intense public pressure, even from fellow members, to listen to the demands of the Greenwood community rather than making their own decisions for them. And that's exactly what it sounds like they did. They went and built them a damn history cultural center when this money could have went directly to these descendants. This building is state of the art and absolutely beautiful. This is millions of dollars, and it's going to take millions of dollars to continue to fund it, right? So where's the money going to come from? I can't imagine them having enough tours, doing enough tours. Where's this money going to come from? So this is why I'm like, who are these people? I told you I went down a rabbit hole today with reparations. Look, I ain't going to even get to the bills. I'm going to finish this article. I already see I'm not going to get to the bills, but I just kept going down a rabbit hole with reparations today, y'all. And I just kept reading because it was drawing me in. It says the division caused direct descendants to create their own Black Wall Street Legacy Fest, which organized marches, panels, and other events to honor the last 3 living survivors, as the commission eventually fizzled with members resigning. So they tried to do something on their own, and for some reason it fell apart. Probably some infiltration. What y'all think? The commission eventually disbanded. However, questions remain around whether funds earned from the Greenwood Rising Black Wall Street History Center will go back to the community and direct descendants and survivors. No, they done spent that. They have spent those dollars. They built a cultural history center. Those monies are spent and gone. And now they're about to figure out how to make more money, right? Keeping up with Congress. I told you today, y'all, I just kept going down a rabbit hole with reparations. You know, this is such a heavy lift. And when I see articles and I see information, I keep reading. So this is Greenwood. And this is an absolutely beautiful. I mean, look how beautiful that is. This is a beautiful state of the arts. I mean, beautiful. That money could have went to those people, those families, those descendants, and let them decide how they wanted to spend it. But they decided for them. So this will be my last one, y'all, I promise. And then we'll call it an afternoon. I told you my Thursdays are really my Fridays. So let's look at this one. So I've been following this whole controversy a little bit with the UNC, University of North Carolina, with this thing with back and forth with Nicole Hannah-Jones and these emails. So this was these emails. It says, who are you going to believe, Abe Lincoln or Nicole Hannah-Jones? This was from the donor, the wealthy donor over the school of journalism is actually named after. So let me read it to you for those of you that don't really know what's going on. So it says, in the aftermath of the heavily publicized Nicole Hannah-Jones tenure controversy, emails released by UNC Chapel Hill revealed the extent to which wealthy donor Walter Hussman labored behind the scenes to dissuade university officials from offering the acclaimed journalist a tenure package. Y'all, he did not want her in the building. He didn't want her in the building. It says, in a series of 4 November 2020 emails to Board of Trustees member Kelly Hopkins, 2 of which spanned a dozen paragraphs or more, Hussman argued that Hannah-Jones' telling of the American story overemphasized the role of slavery and warned that her stance on reparations would be detrimental to the university, describing Hannah-Jones's views as controversial, contentious, and divisive. Says she overemphasized the role of slavery. I don't think it's been emphasized enough. She overemphasized it. And her stance on reparations would be detrimental to the university. Really? Describing Hannah-Jones's views as controversial, contentious, and divisive. He says, I do not dispute Hannah Jones's having her convictions in favor of reparations, nor do I dispute her right to advocate for it as strongly as possible. This is what Hussman wrote. It says, but I believe giving her a platform to argue for this as a tenured professor in the journalism school will not be beneficial, but instead detrimental to the school. It just makes me wonder, what does the school have to hide? What do you have to hide? Like, what do you think? She gonna uncover something about y'all specifically? Or you don't want her to have the fame and the notoriety? Or you don't want us to get reparations? Or all of the above? Maybe it's all of the above. No one knows exactly what she will say in the future, he continued. She could be fired from the New York Times, but as I understand it, she could not be fired as a tenured professor. So he was scared. He was scared. He was scared of her. Hussman, whose name adorns the UNC School of Journalism, thanks to a $25 million pledge in 2019, the balance of which has yet to be delivered, first shared his concerns with David Roth, which is UNC Chapel Hill's senior development officer, in September. Says these emails indicate that board members Chuck Duckett, Jeff Brown, and Richard Stevens were also made aware of the donor's appeal, in addition to Kelly Hopkins. Now, all 4 trustees have since left the board after their term expired in July 1st. So they didn't want no parts of this. They got the heck on. They left the board, y'all, when their terms expired. Because this is an awful reflection, you know. This is awful. It says Hannah Jones would have been the first Black Knight chair since the position was founded at UNC. They didn't want her. They didn't want no Black people. And they damn sure didn't want her, obviously. It says in another message that included annotations of passages from an 1856 Abraham Lincoln speech, Hussman argued that Hannah Jones's 1619 project, a collection of essays from the New York Times Magazine that relates the country's founding and development through the experiences of Black Americans and earned the journalist a Pulitzer Prize, overstated the role that slavery played in the American Revolution. Overstate. It's overstated. Oh, it's overstated. Really? 400 years of oppression in this damn country, and our oppression is overstated, with the root of it being slavery. Okay. The country may have committed its original sin, Hussman wrote, but it was not what the founders or the colonies were intending at the time in 1776. What? He says, but it was not what the founders or the colonies were intending at that time in 1776. I thought to myself, who are you going to believe, Abraham Lincoln or Nicole Hannah Jones? Keeping up with Congress, y'all. I'm sorry. Today I went down a rabbit hole with reparations. I just kept reading everything I kept reading. I have more articles, y'all. I didn't even get to the end of all the articles. I just kept reading today. I follow reparations news across the nation. And again, y'all, if we're going to get reparations, we're not going to get it with, we're going to have to negotiate. We're not going to get it without negotiations. So I encourage you, y'all. Here is my website. It is Thursday afternoon. I told you it's my Friday. Go to the website, check it out, see where I stand on the issues, be a part of this movement. We are not going to get reparations if we don't get on the other side of this campaign. I'm not encouraged by what the Senator Reverend Warnock is doing. I've been following very closely, y'all, very closely, every step he makes. So we see, and we are not going to get reparations without negotiation. So I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. Go to the website. It's Tamara, Tamara 4 FOR. George is spelled out. Go to the website. I'm coming over into the Clubhouse space, and we're going to catch up over there. But I will see you Monday, at 5 o'clock Eastern. 5 o'clock Eastern, y'all. I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Tune in on Saturday. For my Saturday broadcast. I will see you then.